and welcome back to Seaside Garage. You join me in something that is really my cup of tea, and this is probably gonna be a shocker to a lot of you, but it's not French, and unfortunately it's not mine either. This belongs to a viewer of the channel, a guy who actually helped me out when I fixed up the Datsun that I had some years back. He had some spare parts for that he actually gave to me. It was very nice of him. He got in contact with me again a little later about this car. He asked me if I could do some work to it. There was some stuff that he wanted to get fixed, and he wanted to give it a fresh MOT and so on. Because this car is so awesome, I agreed to do the work. Unfortunately, I have lost his contact information, so I'm not going to be able to deliver the car back to him. Very sorry about that, so I'm just going to have to live with this. Of course, I'm just kidding. But I have changed the clutch on this. That was the main problem that this car had. It had a slipping clutch, which is not a lot of fun in a fast GT. It's not a GTI, but a EGT as it is called. The clutch would slip quite a lot between the gear changes. It turned out that the clutch was completely worn out, but actually it wasn't the clutch that was at fault. At least I don't think so. The clutch arm itself was pretty much stuck. It could move just a little bit. That meant when you release the clutch, it would move slowly against the clutch plate. So if you rev the car at the same time, which you're going to do in a car like this, it would just start to slip and slip and slip and burn the clutch incredibly quickly. It was pretty much like just riding the clutch all the time. Now the clutch is changed. It was all the way down to the rivets, and I have freed up that mechanism and changed the clutch cable, and I also changed all the engine mounts and did some other stuff, new gearbox oil and so on. I still need to give it a fresh MOT and still need to do some other minor bits to it, but this is actually the first real test drive after the clutch change, and I need to get a feel for the rest of the car. But this is a Nissan Primera. I think it's called Infinity G20 in USA. This is the 2.1 EGT version. It got an engine that is known to be bulletproof. It's a very, very strong engine. The stock internals and all that should be good for 250 horsepower, no problem. It is developing 150 stock. And I believe this is completely stock, the engine at least. The rest of the car is slightly modified, very, very slightly. It got lowering springs. It got a very VMAX kind of music system with a gigantic subwoofer in the rear. But other than that, it's pretty stock. And I gotta say, I really like this car so far driving it, because I'm getting older and I love GTIs, but this is just a little bit more comfortable than what you normally get in a GTI, and a little bit more space and so on. And even though I really love the French hot hatches, because I like to wrench also, there's also a slight worry that the thing is going to explode when I drive a French hot hatch. In this one, I'm just not at all worried about anything. It's just such a great package. So as long as it's not rusty, it's just gonna be fine. And I have actually driven quite a lot in a Nissan Primera, but never in the EGT, and it's nice to have some oomph in this car. The owner is worried that all of the oomph is not there, and it's honestly very difficult to say without getting it on the rolling road. But I also have a feeling that it might be lacking a little bit, but I really don't know why, because it pulls really smoothly through the gears and so on. I've checked the obvious things like vacuum leaks and checked that and checked for error codes in the ECU. There's nothing. I also checked the timing, it's fine. Maybe it's all right. so difficult also because the owner of the car was unsure whether it was actually lacking performance or if it was just the slipping clutch, and the slipping clutch was destroying the experience completely. The thing is, it wasn't slipping all the time. If you gave it a bit of time to grab, it would grab and then it wouldn't slip anymore. But going to first to second gear in a hard acceleration and then having to wait a couple of seconds before you floor it again makes it feel quite slow. And I'm actually unsure that anything is wrong with this. It is definitely pulling really nicely. It's in a very, very, very nice condition. The exterior is very clean, slightly dirty, that's my fault, but it was completely spotless when it arrived here. My storage facility is a little bit dusty. The only thing that is wrong with it cosmetically is a small crack in the windscreen below where you view it, so it shouldn't matter for the MOT, but it would be nice to fix, of course, because the rest of the car is so nice. This is a 1994 model of the eGT in very, very nice condition. There is some scratches and bumps and so on, but overall it's in very, very good condition. And I haven't noticed a lot of rust either, which is rare because these really do tend to go because of rust. It's not going to be engine problems or anything like that, it's rust. And this one is in very, very good condition. And the paintwork is brilliant. There's no rust spots on the exterior. It's just a couple of scratches, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty amazing. There's a crack in the windscreen, but other than that, it's in very good condition. The interior is also in okay condition. There is wear on the bolster right here when you squash getting in and out of the car. It's all the way to the metal right there, for instance. But the rest of the interior is in very good condition. And the rear seats looks to be a pretty nice place to be also. But this is definitely the real party piece of this model. This is the 2.0 red top engine developing 150 horsepower. When coupled together with a turbo, it will produce 250 or something like that. It's a very, very durable engine. It's very, very tunable. It should be good for 250 without changing anything inside of this engine. It's very, very tough. I think you will have a very, very hard time killing this engine, that's for sure. Oh, I just love bumps that are not marked right. That was a new bump going into the town. No stripings or paintings showed it was there, so I didn't know it was there. And this is a lowered car, but it was actually absorbing it much better than I was expecting, so lucky me. I think with closed eyes I would be able to feel and smell when I was sitting inside a 90s Japanese car. They have a very special feeling. It reminds me a lot about my grandfather. Wise decisions, not too much excitement, and durability. It's the same with the Corollas. I own quite a few Corollas and Toyota Avensis and so on. And it's the same feeling. Very, very durable interior. Everything is just working just as it did back in the 90s. The gearbox in these cars is, if I could take one thing from these Japanese cars and put in my French hot hatches, it would be the gearbox. The precision of the gear change and the feeling, it's just so nice. There was a Danish television series back in the late 90s, I think, called Rejseholdet. I watched that a lot. It's about the Danish police force who investigates murders around the country. It was just a nice television series, and the thing is that they were sponsored by Nissan, I think. At least Nissan for some reason got all their cars into that series. So all the police guys were driving Nissan Primeras and Almeras and so on. And it has always reminded me of that series. And also a very good friend of mine's father was driving a Primera. Stuff like that just sticks. And it's so fun to drive one for real again. It's definitely not slow, and it's definitely very nice to drive. There is no hesitation or anything in the power band. It feels pretty nicely. It's not very torquey down low. I'm not sure if that's normal for these. I would expect it to be, because it is a 16 valve, so they tend to be a little bit less torquey than the 8 valve engines, in my opinion. But it feels all right. Other than that, it's pretty much no bullshit interior. It's very easy to read the dials. Everything is very sturdy and well put together. Everything works. Take a look at this, for instance, and compare it to all my French cars. The speed of the window going up and down, it's just amazing. Whenever I do this in one of my French cars, I'm nervous that it will get stuck. It makes some weird sounds, and it's very, very slow. This is just, and nothing has been done to this car. You could probably service the old French cars as well and get them to go up and down just as well, but you don't have to do that on a car like this. It's just so well put together. This model got air condition. I don't think it works, because when I changed the clutch, I noticed a lot of green stuff all over the place. That is the detector, the leak detector. It might have been fixed. I haven't actually checked that, and I haven't been asked to do so, so I don't know if it works. But everything else I would suspect is working. When you can adjust the mirrors over here with a switch up there. You got fog lights, dimmer for the instrument cluster, rear heated window, hazard light, more fog lights, and washer for the headlights. Heated seats. Oh, lock out for the doors, headlight adjustment, and window switches as well. Everything is very nice and very as you would expect it to be. I honestly have to say that this car is making me question my garage a little bit, my collection, that is, because why do I not have a Japanese something? They are just so well put together, so nice to drive, so trustworthy, I think is the best word. This car, specifically this car, makes me want to go on a long road trip with my family, because I wouldn't be worried one bit about the oh, that was a Toyota Corolla, by the way, about getting there. I love my French cars. I really love them, and part of the reason why I love them is the the feeling of joy when you get to the destination, because it's just not always a promise or certain that you will actually get there. you will always be a bit like, well done, old Citroen BX or whatever you're driving when you get to your destination. And that's part of the reason why I like them. You have to be on top of everything, and you have to know what you're dealing with, and you have to bring some tools and so on. Citroens are not that unreliable, but they got temperament, I think is the right word. And these Japanese things are just, even though it's 150 horsepower on a 2.0 engine, it should be a little bit on the edge back then. It will just go forever, and you don't have to do much to make it get there. I would love to own this car. It's a proper family fun car, fun classic car, I think. That is definitely usable, especially if you live somewhere where stuff is not rusting whenever you look away. This is a wonderful, wonderful piece of automotive history, that's for sure. I better get back and better do the rest of the work so it can go back to the rightful owner, unfortunately. I'm gonna go to the MOT with this tomorrow, I think, and it will probably pass. I don't think there will be much to fix, and then maybe take a better look at the engine. But after driving this for a bit, and the ECU is learning, it's been off battery for a long time, it feels like it is pulling as it is supposed to. Honestly, if I should guess, I would guess 140. It is supposed to be 150, but yeah, it's hard. It would be fun to put this on a rolling road, that's for sure. But I'm not sure that anything is really wrong with it. If anyone knows these, then feel free to comment about what you think. Is there anything I should take a look at? I think the knock sensor is a issue with these from time to time that won't give any fault codes, but will of course impact the performance. But I'm not sure anything is wrong with this. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget you can support me on Patreon. There's a link down below, and see you in the next one.